The Commission, the Australian Rugby League Commission, is exploring the biggest scheduling overhaul in 40 years. Our man, Pete Bedell from the Courier Mail. The Commission is considering a major scheduling overhaul that could reduce the NRL Premiership season from 27 rounds, that includes the byes, to just 19. The change is part of a broader plan to expand the league to 20 teams by the 2032 Brisbane Olympics. If implemented, it would mark the most significant adjustment to the competition structure in 40 years. Comparable to the 1988 expansion that introduced the Knights, Gold Coast and the Bronx. A 20-team league would enable clubs to play each other once per season, alternating home and away fixtures over 2 years, ensuring quality after decades of criticisms over the fair draws. And this would be perfect, but I don't know whether the broadcast will do it. But under the plan, State of Origin could become a standalone series following repeated calls for the NRL Premiership to be suspended during the Code's $100 million showpiece. Well, that's a given if we get down to 20 teams. The international calendar will be expanded with the NRL keen to capitalise on a test match boom after the recent completed Ashes and Pac champs. Buys will be scrapped. Sugar will be pumped. And the NRL is mulling over a conference system successfully used in American sports to maximise rivalry matches, gates and revenue for the clubs. Okay, Scopey, here we go here. Give me, first of all, do you think the 20 team, is that the final number?
I love a lot of this. I love the plan with it. I've been calling for less games to increase the product to, I think, it's crazy with our sport and the amount of, in comparison to the codes that we're fighting with in AFL and rugby union here in Australia, our players definitely have the hardest slog of any other sport, in my opinion, in the regular season at just club level for the NRL. I like the idea of it, and I think it's realistic as well, Bears Ed, because we talk about the broadcasters, right? And with the broadcasters and the CBA that has to come up, it depends on what leverage you got at the moment. And with regards to leverage and the quality of star power and where the game's going at the moment, and also a bidding war that will happen off the back of that. If it goes down, it could be less about money, or it will 100% be about money. But maybe a deciding factor could be, all right, you guys are at the same money. The players are big on this. We're big on this. We want to grow the international game.
Yep.
We're going to go with the broadcaster that's willing to do the 20-week competition. And then, like PVL, because he's trying to make as much money as possible, have that international rep break through the middle, which I love. Put Origin standalone so the players don't have to play. Some of the players, and we use the example. I'll use the example from this year because it's front of mind. Mate, after the first Origin game, the Dragons and Knights had to make a decision on two players, Kalen Ponga and Valentine Holmes. And they were two clubs that were struggling, right? Flano, desperate, because we've seen what happened to O'Brien.
Yeah.
So both of those two coaches, they're coaching for their jobs, and they've got to make decisions on playing two players off a 48-hour turnaround. So I want to completely remove that from not only the players, but also the coaches who have to make those huge decisions. Flano decided to play Val. Adam O'Brien decided to let Kalen Ponga rest. Let's remove that. Get rid of that. Standard in the middle. Address international. I like a lot of this.
Is it just 3 weeks in a row? Is the competition going to stop for 3 weeks?
I reckon 4 weeks. So the reason I say 4 weeks is, just say if it's a 20-week competition, 19 rounds, whatever it may be, and we stop at after 10 weeks, we stop. We maybe have a magic round, right, just before we have a break, and then we go into Origin / any other representative footy that you want to put in there. But the one way I want to protect the clubs as well, But
just going back to the international, wouldn't a lot of those Origin players back up and play Test football?
So I'm not going. I wouldn't have Samoa, Tonga. I wouldn't have any of the other. I would only have the two Tier 1 nations that are. They're the two countries that don't get any meaningful footy as much because of Origin, which is New Zealand and England.
Right.
So I'd play that series in there. So you go 3 weeks in a row, and I'd have a week off after that series finished before you get into the NRL, just in case there are any lingering injuries from representative footy that would affect the NRL season, right? Like, it would suck that you come back from a representative weekend and someone's had a HIA in a game, a concussion, and they've had to miss the first game back from a rep weekend because we accounted for it. We want to make Origin a standalone. That's where I'd just make it a 4-week, like a month's break.
Yeah.
You've seen it in other codes where they do it.
Well, they do it in the Premier League, don't they?
They do it in the Premier League. They do it in football as a whole. Like everyone gets around the international break and all the different leagues recognise it and rest their players and let them go and play international football.
I'm not a fan of the 4-week break.
You're just 3.
Well, no, not even 3. I'd like to play Origin, bang, break, like maybe a month, bang, and
spread it out.
Oh,
spread
gotcha.
it right.
So you still
just
like to spread it out?
Spread it out,
gotcha.
But it's standalone.
But
it's definitely standalone.
So it stands alone on a weekend. Then we play 2 weekends of NRL, but it's not a midweeker.
No.
So it's like Sunday could be the last game for NRL. Then you play maybe the following Sunday you play Origin 1. And then you kick off the NRL season on the Friday or Saturday.
Just get everyone frothing, because I think if we might lose momentum if we break for 4 weeks or even 3 weeks. Put the Origin in the middle of the week. I'm going to leave it on a Wednesday because I just think Wednesday works.
Yep.
Everyone's going to get behind. It's going to be no rugby league, obviously, the previous week for the players, and then go bang, bang. Thoughts?
So you're saying in those individual weeks, they'll play on the weekend?
They won't.
No. So which Wednesday would they play in then, Bears Head?
So they don't get to play before the game, before that Origin.
Gotcha.
So they'll still have a week away from their clubs?
Yes.
They'll go into camp over that weekend?
So players
but there'll be no NRL on that following weekend?
No.
Gotcha.
That's the break.
Yep.
To get them. Do you think, Brooksy, now this is the time to, if we're going to change the draw, and as Peter Bedell said, it's, since 1988, it's going to be the biggest change. Do we just go, righto, well, trading period, let's just whack it all in. Conference, dare I say it, the D word, the draft. Do we just go holus bolus in? So we're completely changing the way rugby league's going to look in the future, because we are behind in every other. I feel like when you watch the American sports and all the fans and kids watch NBA, you're an Scope, you love NFL.
I just don't think we don't have the junior system for a draft, Fletch. It just doesn't. I know AFL have been able to do it, and they've got it's because they've got more competitive AFL all around Australia, which makes sense.
I just think we haven't done it. We haven't tried it.
The part that I love is I think sometimes fans get frustrated around late changes for players. So with my model, just say if you go the 3 weeks in a row and that 1 week I've got
spare
for rest for spare, that's the week that you make any. So you can account for if one of your star players goes down in State of Origin and you're like, holy hell, we're top 4 here and we've just lost a premier player for maybe 4 or 5 weeks. Maybe that's where you have the trade window and you're able to make some changes that make sense. There could be a team that's down the bottom and not mathematically out, but like there's a high probability they aren't going to make the finals. Well, they could do a little bit of cap space the following year. So that's the opportunity. That would create, mate, that's the big, with NFL and NBA, and Brooksy can speak to this and Tourist can speak to it, mate, half the time, the rumours that they talk about with trades and stuff, it actually never eventuates. But you can talk about it for a year.
The hard thing with your draft proposal here, Fletch, like in this scenario, is that, let's just say, this would be the equivalent in America. Like the teams have their own junior clubs and then throwing them in the draft and then them going to their opponents. It's just not going to work in the current way that we develop players, whether it's in Harold Matts, SG Ball, Hastings Deerings, I think Mal Meninga in Queensland. Like these clubs are growing these players and then you want to throw them in a draft. That's not what happens in the States because the colleges operate separately to the professional league.
What about a rookie draft then, as they've been talking about? So kids who aren't signed by...
That could work, like a free agent draft.
And then you go into the pool. You put yourself into that pool.
That could potentially work, but then that takes away from free agency where, November 1, everyone's off contract. Oh, I want to go into the draft. Like, I don't want to. It's a bit confusing because it's like if you're a good player and you want, like, the draft is generally the best people coming through or the best free agents that are available.
Yeah.
But I don't think in having a free agent draft here would be the best players. I don't think we would get around it like what the overseas model is. Like, it'd be like the first pick is a guy that hasn't been in the top 30, but he just wants a crack in the NRL.
Right,
it's this guy. So I don't think everyone would get around it, watch it, like write about it, spread rumours, trade picks, like all that stuff. It sort of needs to be like, it's got to be like not a rookie thing. It's got to be, okay, we've got to work out the transfer.
Give us an example. Give us an example. Like Nelson, for example.
Yeah,
Nelson
he might
is
be
now
the number one pick, right?
He's off.
But
he can't find a place. Can't find a club.
I think you're going to get a Terry Hill situation where he gets drafted to, let's say, we'll just reverse it. He goes to the Knights. And he's like, I don't want to play in the Knights. I want to try and win a premiership because I'm 30. I'm just saying.
Well, just agree to it.
Yeah,
It would be so hard for players to buy into a model, Brooksy, that they're not accustomed to.
Yeah.
Like if Nelson's gone through his whole career with being able to look at deals from other clubs, but then secure himself and stay
So
at Melbourne. Here we go.
Do you feel if we go that way, we're going to do this wild card weekend?
All right,
Like
so here's my last part.
To get more, if you're a broadcaster,
more games.
yeah,
100%. You're going to have bigger. You're going to have 20 teams, right? So you want a bigger finals.
Yeah.
You get more
So
games that matter.
here's what I'd do for the finals.
Finals,
And off the
okay.
back of that, we've got through the season, right? So then I'd bring in that model. You know, we've been talking about that 7 versus 8 versus 9, 7 versus 10, 8 versus 9 to extend the playoffs.
Yep.
How about this? How about we throw in Hull KR just won the Super League, right? So we'll bring Hull KR over. No one cares about 10th place here in the NRL. So I don't even know who was 10th place in the NRL last
Manly.
year. So you swap Manly are out, Hull KR come in, we get rid of the club challenge at the start of the year, and we have Panthers versus Hull KR, first week of finals. Thoughts?
Tourist, can you play that music, please? Play the Oscar music. What the?
You couldn't have come up with that, Scope.
Is that fanning? That sounds like a sugarism.
That's a sugarism. Here we go. This one comes from the Reptile. G'day, Shaggers. Scope, please tell Bear's Head about that absolute rank terrible idea Sugar had for the wild card with the Super League involved. Worst thing I've ever heard. So, Sugar.
So hang on. He wants the previous year's premiers. So
From the Super League.
So if Hull KR won in 2025,
Correct.
if they were running last, they still get to jump into 10th position?
See, well, I didn't even bring that up, but that's a great point from you. Yeah, I shot it down immediately. My point was, when you're doing it with Sugar, you can push back at him all the time. When I come in and I'm the HIA, I'm the sub man. I just sit there and go, yeah, it's just whatever.
How did he frame it? How did he sell it to you?
Well, that's it. So you can tell it was just a light bulb moment for him, right? So I said to him, "This is my pushback," and I was like, "Sure." Oh, I can't get into this one. I'm leaving you solo on this one. And I'll say, and this is the part that I said, mate, you want Hull KR to play the Penrith Panthers. One of the best stories of the finals was the Panthers going on that run to get to the Brisbane Broncos to have that really big preliminary final. Imagine if they had to go through rank Hull KR to start the finals. And imagine if they lost.
We'd have to go to Coogee Bay to grab 10 supporters to come out and support. So, right, boys, just sit there. Oh, sure. Maybe, is that when his illness started? Maybe he had a
maybe
virus.
started getting crooked there.
Yeah,
maybe so.
maybe it was
Is there anything outside of, like, the way we are current? Do you like the idea of that system? Is there anything else that you would implement other than your standalone Wednesday still Origin?
Yeah, well, the game's gone too far to now try, as you mentioned, for players to back up.
Yep.
And there's too much money in the game to rest our quality players. You've seen during those periods, you're just thinking, like, we're watching teams going, this is just rank. Everyone's tuning out. I like it because now we don't need any boffins for the draw. It's even.
Yeah.
You're not playing, South aren't playing para 3 weeks after they've already played them, which does my head in.
It's the most legitimate way to get a fair competition. Play every team once.
What if we just cap it at 18? Only 18 teams.
I'm happy with. I don't
Got
like
19 coming in.
Well,
yeah, 19 ping. So
I don't reckon that's going to kick off. I don't know where that's going to happen.
I'm not huge on the expansion as well. Past. I think if you.
What I'm saying, if we just got to 18,
17 games.
Are we happy with 17 games, or is that just a little bit too short? That's NFL-like.
It feels short.
It does feel
I think
short
we need
in
derbies.
comparison.
I think we need home and away for Broncos, Cowboys, Roosters, Rabbitohs.
Right.
I think we need 2 games of those big.
So what happens to everyone else?
See,
When you have those gun rematches, what are we going to do with...
but everyone's going to have their derby, right?
Okay.
Brooksy, I had this system because of my love for the NFL and NBA. I remember when we used to do these things for the RLPA, I'd put together a proposal. I had that exact model, and it worked perfectly with the 16-team comp because you have 4 lots of 4, right? And I broke them into divisions, and without getting into all the other divisions, one of them was the Western Sydney division. So I had the Tigers, Bulldogs, Parramatta, and the Panthers.
Yep.
Panthers, and they play. So all 4 of those teams play each other twice in a season, and then you equally play the other remaining 12 teams, home and away fixture in any other year. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So I think you ended up getting maybe 18 games in total with a couple of buys because I put a couple of buys in there. So it was like a 20-week competition. And you'd play, so just say if they played outside of division and the Panthers had to play the Sharks at Shark Park in 2025, they would have to play at Panthers 2026. And that made, like with the 16, it worked perfectly. Now that we've gone further out, we're at 17 currently, and we're going to go to 18 with Perth. It's a little bit harder to sort of figure out how that would work, but...
The crazy thing with Origin is, and I love how there's Samoan and Tongan players playing in Origin, but if they didn't, it would be the perfect breakaway to give Origin players a rest and do a legitimate international round, because now we've got the crossover. If we wanted to do 3 games at Origin and let's say 2 Samoa Tonga games, there's players that are going to be playing in 5 of those.
Correct.
If it was Origins, New South Wales, Queensland, plus Australia, and then Samoa Tonga was its own Origin, like that's how you can fix a draw. But I think we've sort of shot ourselves in the foot by having Samoa Tongan players play in Origin, because that would have been the perfect way to give players rest throughout the year.
Because then you would get all the stuff that we currently get now with Polynesian players deciding between Samoa and Australia. You would get that at Origin time. That would just cause chaos with fans.
Yeah. We've got a protest from Sugar, do we? Hold all tickets, protest. Turi, you take over here.
Clearly,
sir.
he's not that sick. You Palookas. Idea was Super League season finished early, not the year before the winner. And Super League winner got a golden ticket, a la racing, into the last wildcard round. Better than the World Club Championship. 1 year Pommy team makes week 3 as an example.
Oh, he's playing the music. All right, well, listen up. Have your say, as we like to say here. Ring in and rip in 1300 01 1170 or text us 0457 736 736. I'd rather talk to you. I would like to hear your thoughts on the bye coming up. What's this one here? Fletch.
Someone thought they must have thought it was my actual idea. They hadn't. The text that coming through from 158.
This is not a bad one from Andrew. 4-week break includes the Women's Origin and keep the New South Wales Cup going to create content. I don't know whether people would switch off. You've got four weeks of no.
I reckon
NRL.
Origin's too big for people to switch off though, Fletch.
But we've tried it on a weekend.
But we've tried it on a weekend with the competition still going. We haven't tried this model
Saturday.
where we go, you know what? Everyone knows that we're gonna have a break from the NRL.
Yep.
And it's gonna be the betterment of the product once we get back from Origin. But let's look into Origin. Let's talk rubbish about each other's states for a whole month.
Let's do it, and let's talk about rubbish about each other networks too.
Welcoming in the boys, Matty Rogers and Tootsie Jarrod Croker.
Hey boys, what's happening?
Hey,
we just heard the advice too before we come back on air. And Tootsie, 100%. On the days that I have to fill in for Bears Head, I got to remember, don't even try to be anything like Bears Head, because there is no way you can pull off his shenanigans.
No.
And even more so, pull them off and get away with it and not get sacked and not have a job here at SEN.
I was just reporting the news, and I'm going to report the news now. Tootsie, not only do we get,
I just laugh the whole time anyway. I don't get a word in.
Now Tootsie, we had 3 out of 3 last week because we were picking cherries.
We did.
But
We were
then
picking cherries.
Captain's knock salutes down there, and it wasn't the Wagga Cup though. What was the?
It was the Wagga Cup. It's the
was.
They call it the Bidgie.
The Bidgie.
Bidgie race or something like that, but it's the Wagga Cup essentially. So, yeah, little Joey went down there and took the cup, took it home, mate. So it's a first of the 5 Carnival Cups for harness racing in New South Wales. So there's 5 cups, and if you win all 5, it's $1 million bonus. It's obviously very hard to do. Then there's, I think if you win 4, it's 500,000. If you win 3, it's 250. So
you got one.
So we've got one.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the 5.
Come
So
on.
we're going to Newcastle in a couple of weeks, boys. December the 5th.
Mate, you
is the
there,
next one.
Fletch?
We'll be there. What
Friday
do
the
you
5th.
get, Tootsie? What do you get for one? What if you just get salute one?
Well, the cup was a $60,000 race.
Boom!
So yeah, that's the prize money for the first one, and then I think they're all worth 60 grand, and then there's the bonuses. Added bonus on top. We seen Swayze last year go around. It was like $1.10 in every race, and he actually I think he won 4 of them, but got rolled.
So he got 500.
He got 500. Yeah, he's one of the best horses. He's not there this year, thank God. So it's a lot more open this year. It's going to be really tough to do.
So is that the first race?
That was the first one.
So you've won it. So you've won one.
Won
Yeah.
one.
You can't win them all if you don't win the first.
That's
so
right.
you're on track.
We're the only horse that can win $1 million put it that way. So we've started well.
Now, Rad, I tell you what's not winning: the Wallabies. Holy hell! What's doing there?
Mate, you know what? I was saying to Toots earlier, like, I don't know. I mean, you haven't watched them a lot over the last few years. I mean, you might have watched bits and pieces of them, but I sort of watch every game they play. And they went away from this. They were very one out for a long time, and they changed their style where they're moving the ball off the ruck, not just, one out, sort of just jamming in, trying to make meters and then releasing the backs. And they started to move the ball, and they moved it, I thought, too much, to the point where they were moving it when they didn't have the right to. They were too lateral. They got hammered by England, and then they went the opposite way against Italy, and they were 2-1 out again. And they just I don't know what's going on, mate. Honestly, it's confusing to watch at the moment. I don't know what they're trying to do. And I mean, they're coming up against France now, and I mean, this is the first time since 1958 that they've lost they've had a winless European tour. So, not a record that any Wallaby wants to carry.
When does Leicester take over?
I think after Super Rugby next year. So before the Rugby Championship. So he's got to finish his contract with the Reds.
Yep.
So he'll do the Reds next year and then come in. And that's, I mean, it's not an ideal situation because you want to be across everything. And because he's coaching the Reds, he's not going to be able to get any information on how players are going, like internally. He's not going to be able to ring the Waratahs coach and go, mate, so how's such and such going?
Yeah.
Or ring the Brumbies coach, or ring Steve Larkham and go, mate, so how's Noel Lasio going? Or, they're not going to be able to do that. So it's going to be a difficult transition. But Les, look, well, I think he's a good man for the job. I think he'll be great.
Yeah, sounds like it's just going to be an extra 12 months to sort of figuring out by the sounds of it there,
potentially.
right?
Potentially.
What about the scheduling, mate? We talked a little bit about the NRL, the plans to trim down the season. I think with PVL, with going to the 20 games. Do you have a preference, mate? Have you looked at what your ideal sort of draw would be like for the NRL?
I have. I've gone pretty deep into this, to be honest, boys. I'm a big NFL fan. It's my favourite sport, and I love the divisional rounds that they have. Like this week, we'll put it this way: last week the Bills played Miami. Miami are going rubbish. The Bills were, up near leading their division, and it's a divisional round. Miami come out and they smack the Bills' ass because it's a division. It means more. It matters, and it creates rivalries. I think we need to do that in the NRL. I reckon we could have 5-team divisions. You play each one of those at home and away, and then you play everyone else once. It gives you 23 rounds. Then you've got State of Origin, and you've got a week. You could have State of Origin standalone for 3 weeks, and you could have an Anzac Day Test weekend where Australia plays New Zealand and Tonga plays Samoa. You can encompass it all, and you still get it out to 27 weeks, but you're not playing as much footy, if you know what I mean. Like you've still got the
regular.
So
I love it.
forth.
Yeah, we're on the same page. I think, right? Me and you. I had my proposal a little bit early on. It's very similar. I remember years ago because I love my NFL as well.
Why don't you two get a room? You sucks.
Be the best.
Mate, with the 16 teams, it was perfect because I had 4 divisions. I had like the Western Sydney division, I had the Queensland division. It all worked really well. I don't know how it would work with 18, 19, 20. But, we're on the same page there for sure.
No, I think with 20 it works because you can just do 5 of 4.
5 fives?
4 of 5, sorry. 4 of 5. 4 divisions of 5.
4 fives,
so, it just equates to a nice, even 23 rounds of footy when you play everybody at least once, but you play your divisional teams twice. And it just gives a little bit more juice to the middle of the season, back into the season, divisional rounds when those rivalries. And you would obviously feed into the current rivalries that are alive.
Oh, Rat, I'm sick of this. Let my man talk. Tootsie, what's doing? How is it working? What are the rules? Are you allowed to speak?
Mate, I just do as I'm told here, mate. It's good.
No,
Tootsie,
No,
can
we're
I
good
ask
here.
Tootsie a question?
Mate,
on
Tootie's a man.
scheduling?
don't try and
Tootie's
get
good to
between
work
us,
with.
mate. Don't try and get between us. We've already
Yeah,
we've got
nice.
the. I'm a Queenslander now, mate. We've got
Oh, that makes one of you then. That makes one of you then.
Hey, Tootsie,
We've
can I
already
ask you the
spoken about the
question?
mail tomorrow too, boys. We're gonna get on before we send the mail out.
Oh, absolutely.
No, don't do that, please.
Hey, you're the most recently retired from the group. Is player burnout, like with the shortening the season, is that something that you think, you're probably closer with the current players? Is that something that's been talked about, like when you're going through the CBA negotiations or you're chatting to the RLPA? Was that a priority for you guys, or did you have a focus on, would you have liked to shortened season, which is like in the proposal?
Yeah, I think it definitely needs to be. By the time I was finishing up, I was about 22 rounds too many for me. But I think 27 is way too much. The season drags on. We start later. We've got Vegas at the start of the year, which is another week or two before for another couple of teams. So it just does drag on, and it's affected our representative as well. I know we had a great Pacific Nations tournament, but how many players missed out just because they were pretty much buggered by the end of the season. So it's too long. It drags on too much. I like Rat's idea. I only just heard it there before, and I don't follow the NFL as much, so I'd need to look into how it would all work. But I like something like that. I just thought play everyone twice, and what's that?
And everyone else not in your division once.
Yeah. It needs to be shortened up. I think it's too long, and then we want to bring it back to making that representative a bit more meaningful. I know Origin still is, but the rep footy at the end of the year, and even the Anzac test we spoke about a few weeks ago. Like I used to love the Anzac test as a kid. Like I think we need to bring it back. And I know City Country's probably not coming back. That was just me being wanting a bit more for the country kids. But back when it used to be an Origin trial, it was pretty meaningful. But I don't think that's probably not coming back. But I think the Anzac test is something that we can put back on the calendar. And I think we need to shorten the season up for sure.
Rat, you're you're still the only accredited manager I know who takes bribes. Was there an email or a memo sent to accredited agents re R360?
There might have been. I haven't checked my emails for a few weeks. Not those ones, anyway.
No.
It's easier to get forgiveness than it is permission for
Right. Okay. So I'm just getting to the Zach Lomax.
Yeah.
I suppose not a scandal. It's not an
No.
issue. He's left. He's asked for release. He's gone from. We all presume he's going to R360. He's going to R360. Yeah. Do you feel that? And Clinton Schifosky is his agent. Do you feel that there will be repercussions if he does go, or is it too hard to prove?
Well, here's the thing, right? I read last week that Payne Haas is looking at going, but if he does go, he's going to be able to play out his Broncos contract next year until he goes. Like, it seems like it's horses for courses. They're going to judge every situation individually, and Volandi's basically said that when he said the 10-year ban. That they'll look at each situation individually. I mean, if Payne Haas goes away for 2 years and wants to come back, they're not stopping Payne Haas from coming back. Zach Lomax, they might.
Yeah.
I mean, if Reece Walsh goes for 2 years, they're not stopping Reece Walsh from coming back.
Yeah.
Like, there's no chance, no way on this earth is Reece Walsh going for 3 years and coming back in the NRL going, no, sorry, mate, we hate the millions of dollars you bring in for our game, so we're going to leave you out of it.
It's funny, the reaction with certain players. You're right. I'm just like with what you're saying there, Rat, and even with the Pappy situation. Now I don't know 100% what Pappy's going to do, but it feels similarly. Feels similar that they could be in the same sort of situation. Like everyone sort of feels like Pappy is going to make that move, but there's been no real reaction.
Because he's a nice bloke.
Maybe is because he's a nice fella? Is it because
and he's been unlucky with injuries?
Is it because maybe Pappy's at that point of his career where it's people
Well,
aren't his face by losing him?
He's probably not going to play for New South Wales.
Yep.
He's not going to play for Australia, given this, and there's an opportunity on the table for him. And good luck to him. Go and get your money. Like, if you can get it, get it. We know as former players, it's short. You don't get a lot of time to make it. You got to make it while you can.
Rat, just on take all of them, are they? Like, they're taking probably 5 or 6 tops. Really.
Yeah.
Like,
they're not going to announce rugby players. Rugby players aren't going to announce because they've got a World Cup. All the unions have gone. If you sign, you're not playing for your country. So they just won't. They won't say anything until after the World Cup.
Yep.
But Rat, isn't there some guys who won't well and truly are names, but are probably getting a bit long in the tooth that won't make a World Cup squad. Has there been any rugby union players officially announced? No,
I haven't heard, Fletch, but I heard the Bath coach come out last week, and he was just saying that the club competition in the UK is being decimated.
Oh, right. So these are by rumour mills.
So there's things going on behind the scenes.
Gotcha,
That they aren't public, but he's saying, mate, we're losing. We're going to lose a number of players.
Oh wow!
But it's not being meant. So they only need 6 teams in year one. So
how many players are you going to need? How many players?
Well, I don't know. What's
35 times 6.
Yeah. So 30 times 100. Yeah, about 180, 190 players.
Well, that's
they'll
a
get
fair
most
amount.
of them out of Europe.
Yeah.
And mate, they'll have a smattering of Kiwis and Aussies that they'll take just to get some eyeballs on it. And depends where how it grows. Who knows? I mean, I don't know.
Were you part of the Super League, that rank launch you all had when you all came out in your gear? Were you part of that? Were you representing Cronulla? Was that ET's role?
No, I wasn't. Was that when John Stevens did the 2 tribes go to war song?
Yes.
2 tribes go to war.
That's it.
Yeah, that one.
Do you feel that it's going to be something like this? Do you feel it's going to be
Probably.
one big launch in Monte Carlo? Like they'll just
thing
do
is,
it top
Fletch,
notch.
Yeah, it'll be massive if they do it. But the thing is, like, international rugby's huge.
Yes.
Club rugby's dying. Like, club rugby's, like, losing money. Like, they're trying to sort of spice it up. Like, I know that people are dirty on it and they're not happy about it and everyone's got to protect their patch. But, I mean, the guys behind, like Mike Tyndall, he doesn't hate rugby. He's trying to make it better. He's not trying to hurt it. He's trying to help it. But, change is bad for some people when, it's going to affect. There's plenty of snouts in the trough, so to speak, that don't want to take their snouts out of it. So change does that.
Yeah. Is your snout wallowing?
No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Actually, I'm trying to get it more. I'm trying to
Trying to get
embed
more
it, but I
wet.
can't.
Hey,
it's too small now.
Hey, Tootsie, Donny Ferner, Don Fern Jr., is he, what's he like as a bloke? Because he's come out and give Brisbane a massive whack about Magic Round.
He's a good fella, Donny.
Is he?
Really good. He's a really good bloke, yes. He gave him a bit of a hit. He gets and stick the same. That's the little brother. No one likes Canberra. Like, it does feel like that down there. And then it was a bit of a slap in the face, if I'm being honest, to miss the Magic Round next year. Like,
But minor premiers.
Doesn't make any sense, that, mate.
one of the most exciting.
Do you know how
teams in the competition.
they judge it though?
No, I don't.
That-
It
so-
should be wooden spoon.
No, it's based on
Should be.
the amount of tickets sold to your membership base.
I find
So-
it
so-
odd though, because we've
Yeah,
got a
that's what
massive-
it came out last week, that they said the way
Yeah.
that it's how many Canberra Raiders fans bought tickets to Magic Round. Canberra Raiders members. They've got to be members. So
we've got a
whoever
massive
bought the
fan
least
base up
amount.
here. We've got a massive fan base in Queensland.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Well, maybe they're just tight asses and they don't buy tickets. I don't know. I reckon it should be if whoever embarrasses the most at Magic Round, so whoever plays the worst and gets absolutely spanked, you're not coming back.
Well, I like that.
Or-
something
Or do we just do the wooden spoon?
that's what I thought.
previous
yeah,
year.
Something like
Potentially,
that.
yeah, maybe.
So
What if you get it for a few years in a row?
Yeah, I
Tigers,
know, but
Tigers
bad
get
luck.
3 years in a row. They're just
Bad
going to be
luck.
better.
You just got to be better.
Okay.
Go out and spend some money.
What do you reckon about Brisbane though? They're playing the Warriors, and it's a Warriors home game. Like, is that the biggest G up on the planet?
That's
Like,
what-
how do the Broncos get an away game at Suncorp?
Manly had it 3 years in a row. Manly had it
that's
3 years in a row, and they got. I think they got spanked all 3 times.
I
Going
think Donny,
up there.
Donny was more having a dig at the Broncos as
Yeah.
well, as
Yeah.
opposed to anything else. Like, he's looking forward to when they actually don't have a Magic Round, like when it's their turn to miss it. That'll be an interesting one. But
Well, I know some coaches who I've spoken to don't want to go to Magic Round because it's just a whole kerfuffle and like the travel's different. You're in and out. It's not like your
it's
standard
not your normal
weekend.
weekend. Yeah,
but it's for the
great-
fans,
great
boys.
Spectacle.
It's
I
for
know
the
that.
fans.
I know
Sometimes,
that.
we've got to give. Give
I'm
rather
not
than.
saying
It's not
it's
about
me.
take. It's give. Anyway, we've take
true.
too much of your time. That's what
You
Sugar would
have.
do. Oh, yes, boys, by the way.
Yeah.
I just had a look. I got DM by Cam. Cam said, Fletch, have a look at this. It was, I don't know if you seen it, Kalen Ponga doing a collab with Hellman's
Yes,
mayonnaise.
yes.
I'm warming to
The
it.
bow tie, the sauce out of the bow tie.
I
is that
am
that one?
warming to it. So, guys, if you haven't seen this, go to Kalen Ponga's Instagram, or if you're not very good at it, get your kids to, or your local. It is, I don't mind it. This is the music in the background. It's actually got me.
I've got to see it again. Can you?
It's got me.
Yeah, mate, it's a rank outfit.
Well, the whole thing is, it's just.
It's a G-up.
Of course it
Yeah.
is, but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
reckon
it's good.
he pulls it off.
Look, he's got
does.
what 192 comments. Go to this is why they do it, Fletchy. So you go on there. Go to the.
Helmets.
This isn't probably great radio, but go to
No.
this
No,
page.
it's great radio.
What do I do
Here
here?
we go. Look at the views. I think
so is that
so 222,000 views. That's why they do it.
What would he get?
It grabs your attention.
What would he get paid for that?
Oh, I'd say minimum 50.
I
Starting
was going to say minimum.
starting at 50, and then for Kalen, you'd have to start at 100 to get
You
him to
would.
something like that.
And then Hellman's,
there you go.
the Hellman's do
Hopefully,
have
I'm
the
not throwing him under the bus with fake figures.
Hell, man.
Hellman's has the Mickey because if you're going to get mayonnaise, if you want to smear mayonnaise all over your face,
Is that the go, is it?
oh, it's a
Is it
big
Mickey?
It's a big go.
I'm like the Kewpie mayo.
No, that's got no punch to it. It's not,
No,
not
it doesn't.
creamy.
No,
No, it's all about
no,
Hellman's.
righto,
Let's
righto.
go full
Hey,
fat.
boys, did you see? We've actually got him. We've got him on the show tonight. Did you see the Canberra Raiders season launch on their Instagram?
Awesome.
How good was it?
Yeah.
What was it? I didn't see it.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
They got all the other players from other teams. You know that, is it Swish or Cameo, whatever it is?
Yeah.
Swish. So they sent a text to a player. From,
Example.
So for, I think, Sania Tura from the West Tigers.
Yeah.
They say, oh, so-and-so's name is playing this
Xavier.
weekend.
Xavier.
Yeah,
Meaning
Xavier's-
Xavier Savage.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he doesn't know it's
doesn't
Xavier
know.
Savage. He doesn't know it's the Canberra Raiders. So he does a cameo and says all the best for this round, and it's them playing the West Tigers on that round.
Very clever.
Yeah.
Mate,
It's
every one of
awesome.
them.
Very
It's
clever.
the best.
So-
It's the best one I've seen for any sport.
Mate, ever. So Benny Pollock, who put that together with his team down at the Canberra Raiders, he's coming on. He's going
Bruce.
to talk us through it.
Bruce.
Well, mate, I'm just trying to promote our show, you loser.
Hey, boys, thanks very much. Tootsie, I'm hoping you get to say more than 3 words per minute.
I'm too busy laughing, mate. I love it.
All right, boys, we'll see you next week.
Fletch, when's the golf round? When are you coming up for golf again?
I'm
December
coming up
when?
on the 11th.
Oh, sweet.
It's
Are
a
you playing
Thursday.
at the RLPA one next week too, right? Or this week?
I'm not. I'm
No?
away. I'm
Okay.
away. But races on the 13th, Fletch. We're on.
Yeah, I'll be there. You're going to be there as well?
Yes.
Okay, well, we're at the casino on the 11th at that Italian joint. Come for a
Look out.
spread.
Oh, my.
And we'll go to our favourite machine there,
Yes, we
the
will.
Winfield Reds one. See you, brother.
Oh, dear boys.
They're going to work those two. I can feel it. Sattler
Yeah.
gone.
Good vibes. Good vibes.
Sattler
those two.
gone. Croker in. You're still here? We'll see more on the Joel and Fletch socials and catch us live on SEN Radio. Because if you don't, you're an A grade. But if you do, you're the absolute Mickey.